Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kentucky Garden Gal. I am Nancy, and in this week's video I am going to be making DIY coffee liqueur. And I am very fortunate that my daughter Paulina, who lives in California, she's here. So I was like, please help me. And she said, what should I do? And I said, well, it could be like on The Price is Right, where you do this. There you go. No, we're just teasing. We're gonna make this DIY coffee liqueur, and then we're going to make a gallery wall in the guest bedroom from thrifted items. So I'm gonna let her stay and help me just as long as she can, because she's super crafty, a whole lot more so than I am. So like I said, we are going to be making a coffee liqueur, and the reason I started looking at this, I have really been interested, and I've been looking at things for a couple of months. Now that it's slowed down, I'm not in the garden as much, things that I could do in the kitchen. And one of the things that I want to start doing is making my own coffee creamer. It's just, you know, these things can be so expensive, and then with just some simple ingredients you can make your own. And this coffee liqueur is the exact same case. So let me tell you what you're going to need. You are going to need some sugar, and in my case I'm going to use white sugar. You are going to need some very strong coffee, and a lot of the recipes that I looked at, you can even make it on the stove with instant coffee. But I had this Harry and David's, it's a vanilla creme brulee. Normally I would use 3 tablespoons for an entire pot of coffee. I use this whole thing so that it would be super strong. So you've got your coffee, you've got your sugar. Now, you have a choice of using either vodka or rum, and everything that I have read says it doesn't have to be top shelf. And I read a lot of comments that said people like using rum, especially if you're going to be using this to make things like White Russians, where you would use vodka, and this just happens to be a little bit sweeter. So they said go in, look at the bottom shelf. That's exactly what I did. I paid about $7 for this rum, and I did get the spiced rum. And as I was checking out, I was looking for a bottle of Kahlua to see what it cost, and I didn't see one. So the lady at the counter, there was some sitting there on a display, she swiped it for me. It was $35. $35. I know, right?
For just a small bottle.
Yeah, like it was this size right here.
Yeah.
Whatever this is. It was this size bottle of Kahlua that was $35. So we're going to have a $7 bottle of rum, and you're going to need 2 cups of rum, 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of coffee, and vanilla. Now that is going to be how we're going to make ours. There's many different recipes, and you can tweak this. I've seen people add cinnamon, cloves, orange peels, different things like that. So whatever you would like in yours, that's how you can make it. But this is the basic ingredients right here. And I went ahead, oops, I forgot to get out. So, and I do want to tell you before I get started, this is what we're going to put it in. Now we do have to let it cool off, but I picked these up from the Dollar Tree today, and I really wanted something glass. It doesn't say that you have to leave it in glass, but I just thought that it would present better. And once we get this made, we're going to store this in a dark, cool place for 30 days. So it'll be ready by the 1st of December, which is usually when you start entertaining and doing things like that. So the very first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna measure out 2 cups of coffee. There's 1. And this is strong coffee, let me just tell you.
Dark, yeah.
There's 2. It smells delicious already. We're gonna put our sugar in. So let me dry this out a little bit. Gonna measure out 2 cups of white sugar.
You really smell the coffee now.
I know, doesn't it smell good? That's 2. Now, what we are going to need to do is we're going to stir this up. We're just going to stir it up until, and you can hear until the sugar is dissolved. You know, you can sort of hear that in there, that it's not, you don't hear any of the granules. I'm Southern.
Dissolves.
I always put too many syllables in words. But we're gonna let this, we're gonna stir it up really good, and then we have to let it cool off before we add our rum. So while we're waiting for it to cool off, we're gonna take off and go into the guest bedroom, and we're going to start working on our gallery wall, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, we are here in the guest room, and this is the room, this is the area that we want to do something different with. Now, obviously, I got the clock after I had hung the picture and the tapestry. So now I had a choice. I could either move everything over, or I could just do something completely different, and that's what I decided to do. So let me show you some of the things we're going to be putting up there. As you might recall, I picked this print up at Portland Cares. I paid $8.25 for it. So that is where I want to go, right there in that main spot. Now, another thing that Paulina is working on, will you show them that down there? Oops. I'm so glad she came. She's my crafty girl. Okay, this is the frame that I picked up for $3.25. Uh-oh, our glass is falling out. Also at Portland Cares, I had planned to use it in my bedroom, but I think we're going to put it in here, and Paulina is going through photographs, and she is going to get out a photo of Paulina, Portia, Colton, and Cameron, which are my 4 children, and she'll have that in there. And I want to remind you that, in fact, I think Paulina told me about this. I use an app called Free Prints, and I get 85 free prints a month by paying just $10 in shipping. So every month I'm ordering just a ton of photos, and I really enjoy that. So it's okay for her. I told her, I said, just cut up what you need, and then we can just order more. We'll just order more. So let's work on this just a little bit. I wanted to show you some of the other pictures that we have that we can use, and I know there's a name for these. See how the glass is puffed out? I was just telling Paulina, I went to an estate sale here in Franklin, and I want to say, Lucy, you just get right down. I want to say I paid like $1 a piece for these. I think I might have gotten this one separately, but it also has the concaved glass on that, and then there's something etched on the outside. This is just really old. I'm pretty sure I got it at the same estate sale that I got these at, and I may have gotten these. I'm not really sure where those came from. May have gotten them from Goodwill. I don't know, but this room is lavender and kind of off-white, so any of this will go on the wall. And when you are doing a gallery wall, one of the things that you want to think about, they suggest only having like one gallery wall per room. So as you are lying in the bed, let me get over here and show you. As you are lying in the bed, which is right there, you will be able to look at the gallery wall. So we want this wall to be really pretty. We just have to decide how we're going to put all this up now. Okay, we have gotten the first picture hung with the help from Lucy. She's working there. So Paulina has finished this. Let me show it to you. See how nice this turned out. Oops. And that is going to go right up there.
Empty spot.
Yeah. And then we're going to work around this little settee, and I wanted to show you this lamp. This is a beautiful antique Victorian lamp, and I got this at the same estate sale that I got the little photos from. This was just it was a multi-generational estate sale, and it was so fun. And then I wanted to show you, Miss Joyce had asked about this dress that I had picked up while I was thrifting. I had thought I wanted to wear it to my niece's wedding, but it turned out to be, it was a really warm day, so I thought it was too hot, and I think I'm gonna wear it for Christmas. What do you think? Would that be pretty?
Yeah, really pretty.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wear this for Christmas. And you know me, like everything in this room, everything in this house just about is thrifted. So let's get up some more items and see how we can make this wall look.
Just gravity.
Okay, so this is where we are, and now we're going to work on this area right here, here, and there. So let's see what we can do with that. Okay, we are now finished. When you are laying in the bed, this is, oops, this is exactly what your view would be. And I think it looks a whole lot better than the previous way that we had it done. And Lucy has the zoomies. So now all we have to do is go in and finish up our coffee liqueur. Okay, so we are back in the kitchen to finish up our coffee liqueur. We've put in the first two ingredients, which was 2 cups of very, very, very strong brewed coffee and 2 cups of sugar. So now we need to put in 2 cups of rum and a splash of vanilla. And then we're ready to bottle this. First cup, second cup, and it looks like there might be enough to make a second batch out of this. I would say at least a second batch. And you can use vanilla beans, you can use whatever type, I'm just going to do a splash, whatever type of vanilla that you would like. Now, when you do put things like cloves and cinnamon and things like that in this mixture, after it sets, you will have to strain it through cheesecloth. But in our case, we really did not have anything that was going to not dissolve into this, so we don't have to strain anything. But I feel like that is mixed up good. Oh goodness, y'all, this smells so good. So here, I'm not even going to put the top on this. I think I could do it better without the top. So here we go. Whoa, almost got that one too full. We may have enough for 1 1/3. I'm not really sure. We'll just have to see. So this is how much this made. We will put our top on it carefully. That's ready to go. And then it was about 1/3 of another bottle. So we will put our cap on good and secure. And then I simply took a piece of twine and some scrapbook paper, and I made my own tags. So we will just put this on right here. I am so sorry to have my back to you. This is, as many of you know, this house was built in 1880, so when the house was built, the kitchens were what they call a galley style kitchen, which means that it's only, it might be, oh gosh, I have to measure, maybe 10 foot wide and 8 foot long. It's a very small kitchen when you compare it to the rest of the house. But here is our coffee liqueur. Whoops, that's how it looks. Get my little sign down here. I think it turned out pretty cute. So just 4 ingredients, and we are ready for the holidays, whatever we want to make. We made it ourselves. Now, in the next video, I would like to make my own coffee creamer. And when you're doing things like this, you know exactly what goes in your food. So if you are interested in making your own coffee creamer, you're going to need 3 ingredients to do the basic recipe. And that is a can of sweetened condensed milk and a quart of half and half. And now I'm probably going to use the whole half and half because I don't mind the calories in my coffee. And then again, a splash of vanilla. So those 3 things, and then that's your basic recipe. And we will mix that up. Probably put it in the other 2 jars of this, and then we'll have our homemade coffee creamer. And then we're going to make fire cider in case we get sick when it gets yucky weather. So we have lots of fun projects coming up where we're going to be in this old kitchen cooking up some goodness. Thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate Paulina being here. Luis came to pick her up. They had plans with my sister, but she did help me the majority of the time, and I have to give her a lot of credit for doing the gallery wall. She's a little bit taller than me, so she was able to get up and hang the tall stuff, so I appreciate Paulina so much. And thank you all for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.